You see, the irony about firearms is that when we discuss guns politically, the AR-15 becomes the boogeyman.
This is what an AR-15 sounds like. This is the AR-15.
Right.
This weapon is the military's standard rifle in combat. This version that civilians buy is just as lethal as the military model.
Why do we allow our citizens to have such easy access to weapons of war?
It intimidates people who don't know guns. It's visually complicated, almost alien. But flip the script, and you'll see that for new gun owners, it's not the AR-15 that's truly daunting. It's the bolt action. Bolt action rifles terrify newcomers because, let's be real, shooting at distance beyond 100 yards can feel downright mystical. Stretch it to 300, 500, even 800 yards, and we're quickly into wizard territory. Partly it's because most gun ranges max out at about 100 yards, but largely it's because bolt action rifles are deceptively simple yet functionally foreign. Running a bolt correctly is an art form, a deliberate action that feels organic and connected, almost intimate compared to the effortless repetition of an AR-15. Then comes the chassis systems, and this is where bolt action rifles take on a whole new life. If the AR-15 is Legos, bolt action chassis are transformer toys from your childhood dreams. You start with traditional stocks looking like grandpa's deer rifle, and after slapping on a modern chassis, you've got something straight out of a sci-fi flick. Enter the Ultradyne Chassis System. You see, Ultradyne took everything functional about a tactical chassis and distilled it into something that's sleek, approachable, and shockingly versatile. It's a chassis that brings bolt actions closer to the modularity and familiarity of AR-15s without sacrificing performance. Now, my particular Remington 700 bolt action started life as a Rem 700.
The Remington 700 is one of the most popular bolt actions ever made. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.
An integrally suppressed Remington 700 in 308. Integral suppression means the suppressor and barrel are one solid unit, welded together for strength and efficiency. It's stealthy, it's quietish, and avoids those pesky tax stamps, or at least one of them. Thank you, ATF. But the trade-offs is permanence. You're committed. Initially, I loved its traditional rubberized stock. It had a nostalgic feel, a timeless elegance blended with a modern suppressed barrel. But when Ultradyne reached out about their UD chassis, I was skeptical. Out of the box, the chassis was just a piece of machined aluminum. It was clean, but hardly awe-inspiring. But once I swapped my rifle into this chassis system, my goodness, it transformed. It transformed. It became lighter, more balanced, and frankly, sexy as hell. So here's what makes the Ultradyne chassis truly special. It's CNC machined from a solid billet of 6061 T6 aluminum, going from a 10-pound block down to barely over a pound. They nailed a critical balance, lightweight but still yet robust. It supports builds as feather light as 6 pounds up to a hefty 26 pounds, accommodating shooters from casual weekend warriors to PRS competitors. On the technical side, the UD chassis features an integrated Archer rail along the bottom, something that revolutionized at least my experience because I'm simple-minded and I get excited about simple dumb shit like being able to glide and slide whatever piece of accessory you want on this damn thing. Basically, you can mount bipods or tripods and it's seamless. It's quick and infinitely adjustable, and I love it. Pair that with plenty of M-LOK slots and you've got versatility that rivals any AR platform for the most part. Ultradyne even incorporated their Dynalock system, a recoil mitigating innovation that ensures your rifle stays planted shot after shot after shot. The heart of the chassis, the action interface, is precision machined for accuracy, free-floating the barrel while accommodating V-channel bedding. Now, what the hell does that actually mean? Basically, your barrel isn't impeded by chassis contact, so it enhances the accuracy and the consistency and overall shooting confidence. And that's the kicker, confidence. You see, for new shooters stepping into long-range shooting, confidence is kind of everything. Ultradyne built their chassis to demystify the bolt-action experience. You get an adjustable cheek riser, an adjustable length of pull, and compatibility with standard AR-15 buffer tubes, so you can kind of put whatever stock you want on this damn thing. Now, familiarity breeds comfort, and comfort breeds accuracy, and accuracy breeds confidence. Price-wise, Ultradyne nailed the sweet spot. They position this chassis as high quality but affordable. It's the best kind of value. Sure, there are chassis costing thousands more with marginal gains, but most shooters wouldn't feel or appreciate those subtle differences. Ultradyne gives you 80 to 90% of top tier performance without the soul-crushing price tag, as far as I'm concerned. It's the equivalent of drinking an incredible bourbon that's half the price of the overpriced bottle your friend keeps bragging about. It's so good you wonder why you'd ever pay more, kind of. Because when you actually start shooting more, your taste tends to kind of decrease a little bit. But, how much more? Your taste may increase, but are you willing to pay that phenomenal excess for just that little bit more? I don't know, you might. Now, my experience with the Ultradyne chassis reminded me why I fell in love with shooting in the first place, at least shooting long range. It's accessible, yet capable of serious precision. It's adaptable without being overly complicated. And it bridges that gap between the intimidating mystique of bolt-action rifles and the modular familiarity of AR-15s. So, if you're new to the bolt-action game and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or just curious about stepping beyond the AR platform, don't be intimidated. Ultradyne just made a long-range shooting bolt-action rifle that kind of already feels at home. Or like home. It's home. And I just keep harping on the fact of how sexy this thing is. I mean, look at this. Look at this barrel. This whole setup. I mean, it's really just a chassis, but you get the point. Pew pew.